which means I might do some long exposure photography as well. When your focus stacking or bracketing shots are done, you want to cover your lens with your hand. Now I'm going to bracket this, so therefore it'll make quite a good black and white shot, you know.
In this episode, I visit my favorite beach in Korea to shoot some seascape photos. The outing was successful as I managed to capture 3 color images and 1 black and white minimalist image. I was able to convey a calm, moody seascape vibe. Join me on my journey.
So today, we're out here in Yeongjong Island. It's one of my favorite places to shoot. And as you can see, the tide is really far out there. That's because in an hour or so, it'll be the lowest tide. And I can see some rocks there, you know, just stranded on the beach. So probably I'll make some intimate landscape or seascape photos of those rocks, and probably in black and white as well. So we'll see. And also, you can see there are a lot of clouds, but thankfully there are textures, which means I might do some long exposure photography as well. So we'll see about that. All right, so without further ado, let's start our journey. So I think this will be my foreground interest of my first image. And there are some streams here just meandering towards the open sea, and some sun rays coming down from the sky. So I think it'll be beautiful. Not a bad warm-up shot. But the problem is there's no clear subject, so this can be a little bit boring. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very easy to read this image. So we'll see. There we go. So here I've got my composition, and my wife brought me this chair, so thank you, wife. And she's always worried about my knees because I'm not getting younger anymore. So anyways, I've got 2 filters, so my polarizer and my 6-stopper. So I'm gonna stack them. And let me just polarize. There we go. So first, I'm going to shoot the closest point, which is this rock, which I have to take off my filters first, because it won't focus. There we go. Focused. And then polarize again. There we go. So that gives me ISO 100 f11 and 2.5 seconds. Okay. So shot 1. Now this is my closest point. So after this shot, I will shoot the middle ground, which will be a little bit darker than this shot because it's sunlit. So 1.6 seconds and shoot. So my next shot, my final shot, will be the sky. So 0.4 seconds this time because it's quite bright. There we go. So this is both bracketing and focus stacking. And when your shot's done, when your focus stacking or bracketing shots are done, you want to cover your lens with your hand and make 1 black image. This is just my technique. You can do however you want. Now, this is because when I bring my photos to Adobe Photoshop or Lightroom or Bridge, I will see that there are 3 images before this black shot, which means I have to focus stack them or bracket them. So it's an easy way to remind myself what I need to do with these photos. All right, so without further ado, here's my shot.
As I got closer to the beach, I noticed a medium-sized yellow rock resting on the dark brown sand. It immediately caught my attention, and just as I reached it, sun rays began shining across the shore. Although there's nothing in the middle ground to serve as a point of interest, I think this shot was not a bad start to the outing.
So I know I said I'm gonna shoot some intimate landscape photos, but you know, you can't really miss a chance when you see a good one. That's not, even though that's not a intimate shot. So I think I'll make this shot first, and then we'll continue to, shoot other things, including intimate landscape photography. I say intimate landscape photography too often today, I think. So this is my second shot of the day, and as you can see, there are this pool here and the rocks creeping in from the right side and the beautiful sky. So what I did was I just made two shots, the closest point and the middle point. Now, I'm currently at ISO 100, f11 and 30 seconds, and with my polarizer and my 10 stopper. So now I just need to make the last shot of this focus stacking batch, which will be the sky. So compared to the land, the sky is quite bright. Therefore, I'm going to underexpose it a little bit. So 15 seconds. There we go. All right. ISO 100, f11, 15 seconds. There we go. So 30 seconds, closest point, 30 seconds, middle point, and 15 seconds, the farthest point, which is the sky. Now, I combine it, and then there will be this beautiful bracketed, focus stacked shot. So without further ado, here's my second shot of the day. It's not gonna be that special, but I think it's worth shooting.
Although this shot isn't anything extraordinary, I'm very satisfied with it. The day was calm and moody, and I think this image really captures that atmosphere. I waited for a cloud to drift into the frame and reflect in the water pool. As the sun was halfway down, it was incredibly soothing to watch.
All right, so forget the intimate landscape photography thing. I think today I'm just gonna shoot full-on seascape photography, just normal seascape photography. I mean, maybe this is a little bit intimate, I don't know. So, got my polarizer on, and of course this will be very similar to my first shot. Okay, if I put on my 10 stopper right now, then the lens won't be able to focus on this rock. So therefore, I'm going to focus first right now and put on MF mode and then stack my filters. All right, that gives me 30 seconds. That's good. So ISO 100, f9, and what? Okay. So ISO 100, f9, and 30 seconds. I just accidentally pressed my shutter. Sometimes that happens. It's too sensitive, the shutter. All right, there we go. So what I have in my mind is that I'm going to shoot this rock, and there's a small rock next to it, and these two combined will be my foreground interest. And this is quite large, so I don't have to, squat down or do anything like that. And of course, the sun just came out, so the sun and the sun rays and these beautiful clouds will be my background. So it'll be just foreground and background, no middle ground, to be honest. The middle ground will be just motion blurred water, that's all. Yeah, it's a simple shot, and a lot of trash around, so I just have to Photoshop them out, and it'll be fine. All right, let's check sharpness. Oh, that is sharp. Okay, so the 30-second shot is done. Now I'm going to bracket this, so therefore I need 5 seconds. Okay. AF again, and 5 seconds, f9, 100, ISO 100, and there we go. So I'm gonna focus stack and bracket both, and then we'll see how it goes. So without further ado, here's my shot that I'm making right now. Yeah, I'm mumbling. Okay, good.
As you know, I like minimalistic images, and this one is no exception. It almost looks like a stranded sea creature on the beach. What I like about this image is how easy it is to read, just like many of my other photos that I consider strong. The main subject, the rock, stands firmly in place, surrounded by patterns in the sand, and above it the clouds and the sun complete the scene. What more could I ask for in a good image?
Okay, so I need to make this shot real quick. So ISO 100 f9, 25 seconds, 10 stopper and my polarizer. So as you can see, there's a rock right there in the middle of the sea. And currently the waves are coming in and tide is coming in really fast. So I had to rush, I'm sorry. Let's calm down. So I thought my previous shot will be my last shot of the day, but then I just saw this rock, halfly submerged, and I thought, why don't I make a shot of that? And it'll make quite a good black and white shot, just rock and motion blurred water and just white in the water around it. It'll be quite beautiful, I think, and very me kind of shot. Oh yeah, there we go. Check the sharpness. Sharpness is good. Okay, so here's my real last shot of the day. I'm sorry I had to rush a little bit because the tide is coming in, so there are no B-rolls or anything. So yeah, please excuse me. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
If you've been watching my channel for a long time, you've probably seen many images similar to this one. I think it's undeniable that I often copy and paste my own style. But sometimes taking the easy path and sticking to what you're already familiar with is the key to a happy life. And I think this minimalist black and white shot is the perfect way to end the outing.
All right, guys, so that's it for today. And it was just a quick outing, and I had to rush a bit because of the tide, but I think the images were not bad. And also next week, as I said on my community post, we will go to the east coast of Korea where the waves are strong and the islands are beautiful. So please tune in next week, and don't forget to subscribe and bring a lens cloth everywhere because you never know when you're gonna need them. All right, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.